All right, everybody, I think we're on. Welcome to this weekday live stream class for the week of May 11th. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. Yeah, so nothing really changed since the last YouTube class on Monday as far as being able to do classes here and stuff like that. So we're still looking to reopen on a different basis as part of phase three. So that'll be at the earliest at the end of June. So if that changes anyway, or if that looks like it's going to be a go when there's a schedule that's finalized for those classes, I will let you guys know. So for right now, don't forget your homework for the month of May. It's up on the website. Skylar, how you doing, man? The homework for the month of May is up on the website, so make sure you guys get that in if you're in the Kids Little Dragons class. Go ahead and check it in the comments section down below. Let me know you're here. Josie, how you doing, man? All right. We'll work on today. B-Day stuff, so we'll do some groundwork, rolling, falling, diving, takedowns. I want to work on that a little bit. We'll do our shrimping and our bridging, stepping drill. Excuse me. All right. So here we go. Oh, Sam and Kinley, how's it going, guys? So let's go ahead and start this class off officially. I believe it's 11:30 on the schnoz now. All right. So we'll start this class off officially, guys. Everybody go ahead and face the front. All right. Feet together. Go ahead and bow. Happy B-Day. Bend your knees. Slide to the horse stance. Fingers out. Fingers on top. And bow. All right, Megan, Lucia, how's it going, guys? So let's do this really quick. So we'll warm up kind of like we have been. We'll warm up with some back falls. I want to take these into our back rolls and stuff like that too. We'll do our shrimping and our bridging and stepping too. But let's start with the back falls. Remember, when you're falling straight back, this isn't the side fall. This isn't some fall. It's the back fall. All right. Some of you guys are on a less friendly surface. Again, try to find some ways that you can make this work. I was trying to play around with some stuff when I don't have a padded surface area in my house, and I put down like a sleeping bag pad, all right, and I was able to do most of the stuff on there. Yoga mats will also work if you want to put a couple of them side by side and like, wow, it's got pretty good stuff, something like that. Those might work as well, all right? Even if you're doing the falls softly, you're doing them again and again on a hardwood floor or something like that, it's going to get a little raw, all right? So try to find out something you can use. You can just unzip a sleeping bag, put it down. That's better than nothing. So get out something you can use, see what you can have, so you can make yourself a little bit more of a padded surface. Yes, I understand in real life, you're not going to have a padded surface to fall on, but in real life, hopefully you're not going to fall down 12 times in a row. All right? So start with the back fall. So remember the 4 things to do when you fall. Tuck your chin, roll back, slap, and breathe out. But right now, we're just going to do it nice and slow to start off. Come right back up to our feet. All right? So from right here, just sit, roll back, slap, breathe out, and then just come right back up to your feet. All right? Not worrying too much about it. All right? And just make sure, again, getting comfortable with going back. All right, falling backwards, not putting your hands out behind you or anything like that. Do it again. Cross your arms, take your chin, and go. Just like, come on up, Ness. All right. As you get better at doing this, you can fall a little faster. All right. You can have a little hopping. Again, be careful on the surface area that you're on. All right. If you start hopping back too much, like, oh, I couldn't do that more than twice, then back it up a little bit. Just get comfortable with that back falling idea. Do it again. Cross your arms, take your chin, go. Nice. And again, guys, come on up. One more time. Cross your arms and go. So what I like to do on something like this, if I'm working as part of a warm-up, all right, I'll kind of take it back the mats a little bit, back down the mats. So if I've got some room behind me, Carson, how you doing, sir? I'll kind of scoot up a little bit. I know I don't want to get too close to the camera. Nobody wants the extreme close-up. But what I'll do is I'll do my back fall from right here. I'll sit, roll back, slap, and breathe out. Oh, you can't even see that, man. I come on up. I'll take a big step back. I'll do it again. Cross my arms, tap my chin, sit, roll back, slap, and breathe out. Boom. All right, take a step back, cross the arms, tap the chin, go. One more time. Cross your arms, tap the chin, and go. And then what you can do is, if you wanted to, you can turn around and come back this way. All right, doing the same thing. All right, so as you get better doing the back falls, guys, just practice falling a little bit more intensely. Don't make it too much yet. We're still just kind of warming up with this. All right, so I'm going to take it into our back shoulder roll. So the same idea now, only when I do the back fall, I'm going to roll over the shoulder. So quick review on Quick recap on doing the shoulder rolls. It is a shoulder roll. You want to roll over your shoulder. Don't roll over your neck and head. Even just the expression, rolling over your head sounds bad and is bad, so don't do it. All right? So you're going to cross your arms, take your chin. Now, whichever side you want to go on, you kind of tilt your head one way or the other. So I generally like to throw my feet over my right shoulder, so I tilt my head off to the left. The feet go on here, right between the gap between my right ear and my right shoulder. If you like this side better, boom, boom, then you do that side. That's fine. You can practice both a little bit. If you're not sure which side you like more, try to one side and then the other side. You're going to find, if you don't know, after like the first one, which one you like better. Usually that's how it goes. Usually your feet want to go over one shoulder or the other automatically, and then you just have to figure out which direction that means your head needs to go. So cross your arms, tuck your chin, sit, roll back, slap your hand to the side, roll over that shoulder here, and then come right back up to your feet. Now, I only got room to do this about once before I'm out of room, but we're going to do it again. So cross your arms, tuck your chin. That's the idea. Sit, roll back, slap, breathe out, boom, come right back over. All right, one more time. And yeah, I'm kind of coming a little bit of a guard stance. If you want to do that when you do the roll, come up and step back into a guard stance. If you want to take it from that idea that the guy shoved you down, you roll backwards, you stood up and you go, whatever it was coming at you with. So cross your arms, tuck your chin. Here we go. One more time. Go. Rolling back over that shoulder. Boom. Stepping back, getting on guard. And I know I said one more time, but this time I mean it. Cross your arms and go. Nice. Rolling back over that shoulder. All right. Something for you guys to keep in mind on a hard surface here. If you got something a little less forgiving, you guys might not think too much about this at your age. But for me, when I come over and that knee hits the ground first, I can feel that after the first couple, even on the bats here. So when I come over the top like this, boom, and this leg comes over and this knee hits the ground like that, be careful with how hard that hits the ground. You want to crack that into a wood surface or something like that. That wouldn't feel too good for you at all. All right? So try it one more time. Just be aware as you come over, making sure your knees don't crack into the ground. If you've got a soft padded surface, if you've got some mats or something like that at home, you might not even notice it. But if you crack your knee into like the cement or the concrete or something a little bit less forgiving, you're going to know. So here we go. One more time. Watch coming over the top, nice and soft on that roll, right to your feet. Go. Boom, rolling over, nice and soft, coming right up to the feet just like that. Hopefully, just like that. All right? So next thing I want to do here just really quick, as long as we're kind of still in the area of warm-ups, all right, I want to do our grappling warm-ups, our shrimping drills, and our pop and step drills. All right? So remember how the shrimping drill goes? You're going to get with a partner. All right? I know I cover this every time, guys, but I just want to make sure everybody's kind of on the same page here. All right? So as a partner, what I'm going to do, my partner's going to lay on their back, face up. Nailed it. All right? And I'm going to stand like right underneath their armpits, basically. So I want my partner to stand like right here. All right? So that's what I'm doing. Every time they shrimp back this way, I'm going to follow them up that way. All right? So remember how it goes? On the shrimping. So if you're with a partner, what you're going to do is wherever you're going to go back and forth and we're going to shrimp at, make sure you got some room behind you to shrimp backwards. So you're going to lay on your back, and they're going to stand over the top of you, feet on either side. All right? Remember how this goes. You take both hands, you put them on one of your partner's legs. Use your feet to lift your butt up off the floor, push back on his leg, and shoot your butt past his other leg. Boom. Come back around in here. All right, then they're going to creep up on you. Stand under the armpits again. Both hands on the other leg, lift up the butt, shrimp back past the other foot. Make sure you get this butt past their other foot. All right, and then come back around in here. And they're going to creep up on you again. And you're going to go back to that first side. Lift up the butt, shrimp past the foot. Boom. Coming back around. They're going to creep up on you. Hands on the leg. Lift up the butt, shrimp past the foot. Boom. Coming back around. If you've got more room, you can keep going. I don't, so I'm going to stop. All right, and then you're going to come back the other way. So if you've got a partner, you're going to switch partners. All right, if you don't have a partner, you can just come back the other way on your own. All right, just getting this warm-ups here, guys. May really work on this. We've done the shrimping drills. Most of you guys are pretty familiar with how a shrimp works by this point. All right, so really work on that, really launching yourself back. All right, we're going to do this. So here, partners up here on their armpits, both hands, put them on one leg. Lift up the butt, shrimp past them. Boom. All right, both hands on the other leg, lift up the butt, shrimp your butt past their foot. Boom, come back around, go back to that first side, hands to the leg, lift up the butt, boom, shrimping past. Boom, there you go, one more time, hands on that second leg, lift up the butt, shrimping past. Look, that bag is real close. Bam, and then I'm right back to here again, guys. Good job. All right, so what I want to do, we're just going to do this real quick, all right? Switch partners again. We're going to kind of work with the same idea, but instead of your partner standing over the top of you, like, let's use the body this time, standing over the top of you like this, I want them to sit like this in a mountain. All right, they can put their hands on the ground too if you need some balance. If you're sitting up here, you can totally do this. But they're going to put their hands on the knee, they're going to shrimp past here, and you go. And they're going to do it again. They're going to put their hands on the knee here, they're going to shrimp back here. This is getting weird. Shrimp and crawl up like that. So it's the same drill. Just when you're on the bottom, you're going to have a lot less room. With a person standing over the top of you, you have what they refer to as a lot of room. All right? This time, you're not going to have as much. All right? Some of you guys might find, especially when you're doing this with a partner that's on their knees, all right, that when they're on their hands and knees, instead of shrimping back when you push on their knee, you just push their leg out. That's okay for right now. All right, so on your back, partner's right here. So when you're, I would say for this drill right now, as part of the warm-up, if you're sitting on them with your knees on the ground, try to keep your legs on the ground. When they push back on your leg, don't let them just push your leg out. All right, so I'm doing the same drill. Their knees should be up here as high up on my chest as they can get them. Take both hands, put them on one leg, lift up my butt, and shrimp as far as you can. You might not be getting no butts past no legs on this one. That's okay. Shrimp out as far as you can, and then come back out to onto your back. All right, they're going to crawl up on you here. Then both hands on the other leg here, lift up the butt, push them back as you shrimp as far as you can. All right, one more time on each leg. They're going to crawl up on you again. Both hands on one leg, lift up the butt, push and shrimp back. Nice. And then here one more time, lift up the butt, push and shrimp back. Nice. And getting it around here, and they crawl up on you after each one. All right, so switch partners. If you don't have a partner to switch with, all right, you're going to go again. Now, check this out. So we talked about what would happen. Sometimes when you're pushing on that leg, you might just push their leg out. All right, if they're like this, and I push on this leg, that leg just might go out instead of me being able to push off of it. All right, especially if like they get a lot of weight forward on their hands. Sometimes if they start up like this and then they fall forward, all right, they'll put a lot more weight on their hands, and their leg doesn't have as much weight to keep it on the ground. So you can push their leg out pretty easy. All right, so one thing that you can do from right there, we'll get to this in a second, but you can wrap them up in the guard pretty easy from there. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But for right now, switch. So it's the other person's turn. Both hands on one leg. Again, they're on their knees. All right, they should be up on your chest here quite high. All right, both hands on the leg. Lift up your butt and shrimp past as far as you can. All right, come on back around to here. They're going to crawl up on your chest. All right, keep your feet on the ground. Use your feet to push yourself back with. Both hands on the ground. Lift up your butt. All right, push back on the leg and shrimp yourself back. Coming back around here one more time on each side. Hands on the leg. Lift up the butt. Shrimp back. Bring it around. Hands on the leg. Lift up the butt and shrimp back. Bring it back around. All right. Oh my head, look at that. So, what I want to do is take in the shrimp drill here, and we're going to we talked about like what happens if the leg comes out. What happens if they're down here? They start up like this, like they're up, the weight's up over me or something. I go to do this shrimp, all right, and they fall over like this, and then when I push their leg out, or when I put my hands and push back on their leg pushes out from around them. So this actually gets to be pretty easy. Or I'll give you guys kind of the angle view out here. So if I'm doing that shrimp drill, I put my hands on the leg, I go to push back and shrimp, and the leg just comes out. What I'm going to do is just take my leg here and wrap it around the outside. So if this is, again, the dumbest thing that works. If this is their leg, and I go to push back, and it just kind of pushes out like that, so I still shrimp. I still want to push back a little bit with this foot if I can. Then just take this leg and wrap it around the leg. Then I go over here. This leg here, wrap it around them, kind of keeps them in place. It keeps them from being able to crawl back up on me. Then I do the same thing over here. I push back on this leg, pull my other leg out, and then I wrap them up in a guard. All right? So that's kind of the idea that I would work with here if I went to do the shrimp and their leg just pushed out. So if you want to work this one time with a partner, what I'll have them do is you be on your back again. They get you in a mount. And what I want them to do is I want them to go ahead, be on their knees and hands like this, all right, and put some weight forward on their hands. All right, like just imagine like Jesus, Bobby said, we did on purpose. Yeah, you went to bop them up and they, boom, they went like that. And then when they land on the ground, they got more weight on their hands, and then you push their leg out. So they're going to be on top of you. What I want you to do, put both hands on this leg. And now when you're in the mount and they push your leg, I want you to squirt your leg out like that. That was how you stop them from shrimping back. You're like, ugh, just collapse on top of them. So when they push back on that knee with both hands, let your leg go out. Person on the bottom here, when the leg goes out, wrap your leg around it. All right, then go on the other side here, do the same thing. Both hands on one leg. All right, now on this one, you might notice this other knee. Again, give you guys this view. This leg without this other knee might not be as easy to push back. It's okay, still do the same shrimping thing. Put both hands on the knee, push back. If their leg doesn't go back, you shrimp back. Pull your other leg out and wrap it around them. Then you basically wrap both legs around them, all right? So you're in a guard position. If you're not really familiar with what a guard is, let me switch up perspectives. If I'm the person that just did the leg pushing, I'm going to wrap this guy up like this. All right, my ankles across behind the back. I got their, oh, here's a nice bad guy helmet. My legs are wrapped around. I'm hugging up their neck and head just like this. All right. So you can take at least one hand behind the neck. The other hand can go under an arm if you want to. You can go both hands around behind the head. All right. Some things that you want to do no matter where your hands are. All right. Get your feet crossed up as high on their back as you can in the guard. All right. You don't have it down here like around their butt. Have it at least a little higher than their belt. All right. So let's go ahead and switch. All right. So if you were just in the mount, now you switch. You're on your back, and they've got you in the mount. Whatever. Other person's turn. All right. So here we go. I'll keep this out here. So they're sitting on top of you in that mount, hands on the ground, knees on the ground. So knees on the ground, hands on the ground. This person here, all right, that's on the bottom is going to put both hands on one knee. When they push that first knee back, if you're in the mount, let that leg go. As soon as they let that leg go, you're on the bottom, wrap your leg around it. All right. And really like grapevine, if that makes any sense, your leg around their leg. All right. Like hold their leg in place with one leg. Don't let them pull it out or anything like that. Keep it locked up right there. That keeps it from crawling back up on you. All right. Now put both hands in the other knee. Now, either you're going to push their leg back or you're going to push yourself back. Do the same thing. All right. Go for pushing yourself back. If their leg moves, awesome. If it doesn't, then you move. So push back on this leg, push yourself out, whatever. Take this leg out, wrap it around, and wrap them up in that guard again. All right. So hopefully that worked. If you guys are having any trouble making that work here, if you've got a partner that you're trying to do this on, let me know. All right. I can give you just a couple pieces of advice. So when I'm here and they're sitting on top of me, let me give you this perspective here. And I push back on a knee, boom. I'm going to my side like this. That leg goes out. I wrap this up a little bit. Even though I push their leg back, I still do shrimp myself back a little bit. So I don't move as much as I could if I just pushed off their leg. But if their leg goes, I'm still pushing myself back. All right, and then I wrap up their leg. Now when I go for the other side, I got to go onto my other side. So the butt goes out that way. Boom. And on the second side, if you really wrapped up this leg good, you shouldn't have to push back very far to get your leg out. I have said before, there is no such thing as shrimping too far. But in this case, especially on the second side, only shrimp as far as you have to get your leg out. All right? If you shrimp farther than you have to, it's going to take longer than it needs. That's not something generally you want to go for when you're talking about dealing with stuff in self-defense for general, but especially grappling. All right? So only shrimp as much as you have to on the second side to be able to pull that other leg out and wrap them up in a guard. All right? So we're going to try this one more time with each partner, all right? Have them sit over you, knees and hands on the ground, all right? And you're going to push off and wrap them up in a guard, all right? So let's give it a shot here. We'll go one person's here, knees on the ground, hands on the ground above your head. On this one, if you're in the mount, remember when they push that first knee back, let your knee go out. Let them just push your leg out, all right? So you push that leg out as you shrimp, boom. Wrap this leg around behind the leg. Really wrap that leg up good, all right? Right here, they call us a half guard. Some people call it half guard. All right. If you're the person on top, like give them a chance. Like you're down here. Give the person on top a chance to see if they can crawl up on you. Try to hold them in place with this leg. Not for like 15 seconds. All right. The half guard is not great. All right. But you get a little bit of a chance to keep it from just scurrying up on you and sending you back to square one. Boom. Both hands on the other leg now. Get to your other side. Keep this leg wrapping them up. Shrimp. You're not going to have to shrimp as far, which is good because you probably won't have one foot on the ground if this is really wrapping up your leg. Boom, pull this leg out, and then wrap these up around on their back. Grab them up with the arms. All right, you can go around the neck and under the arm. Some people like go around the neck and like grab the back of the arm, like grab them right here. All right, it's all good. All right, try a couple different hand positions with your partner. Get them in a good guard. Get them hugged up here with the arms. All right, now this person that you have in the guard has 5 seconds to try to escape. Ready? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Stop. If you didn't get out of the guard, that's okay. 5 seconds is not very long, especially considering I just gave your partner time to sink in a really good guard. All right. So let's switch now. One more time. So it's the second person's turn to go. All right. Same thing. So they're going to get you in the mount. Boom. Knees on the ground. Hands on the ground above your head. Take both hands. Put on one leg. Person on the top. When they push that foot. When they push that foot back on that first knee, let that knee go out behind you. Boom. All right. And then person on the bottom, pull that leg out and wrap it around their leg. Should be your bottom leg. Make sure it's not, make sure I try to pull this one out. Should be the bottom leg. Right. Wrap it around their leg. All right. Now, Take the hands. You're going to have to pull them inside the person that's on top of you, kind of across their belly, put them on their other side. All right? As close to the knee as you can. If you're like you can't reach the knee, it's okay. Just somewhere on the leg between their knee and their hip. All right? Push back on the leg. If the knee goes back, awesome. If it doesn't, shrink yourself back, pull your leg out, and then wrap them up in a guard. Hug them up, one hand behind the neck, at least one hand. All right? Other hand, go under the arm, grab the back of the arm. You can just hug them up around the head with both hands. Whatever you got. Get them where you like to. However you like to hug them up. And then the person on top has 5 seconds to get out. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Stop. Good job, guys. Hey, if you didn't get out of that guard again, don't sweat too much. All right? So it's kind of like you let the other person get to hold on as tight as you can. And you're like, all right, now get out of that in 5 seconds. It'd be pretty tough. There are ways you can do it, but 5 seconds is not a lot of time to get out of a guard that somebody has really sunk in there. All right? So pretty good job. I just kind of want to go over that. I know the warm-up kind of took a turn there. We went into mountain escapes off that shrimp drill, but that's okay. So it was something I wanted to work on anyway, so might as well get to it there. All right? So we talked about mountain escapes. I do want to do the pop and step drill a little bit, the rolling drill. All right? So what we're doing on this one here is we're just starting from right here. All right? And what I want us to do this time is we're going to do a few on each side where we just pop up and reach over. So the idea was the person was on top of me. All right, what I want to do is I want to buck them up. I want to disturb their balance. So if I'm sitting on top of this dude right here, all right, and he bucks me up, oh, and he kicks me over that way. That's what kind of like what I'm looking to do to this guy that's on top of me here. All right, now I'm going to go corner to corner, so I guess it would look more like I was taking him down this way. It would look more like I was taking him down this way. All right, or this way, and then this way. Oh, wait, hold on. That's what we're doing down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on top of me. I'm going to buck up my hips to this corner and then that corner. So it's boom, one corner reaching out there. All right? So this foot will push off the ground, boom, coming over the top. Push off with this foot, boom, coming over the top. All right? If you've got a partner, they can kind of sit on top of you. All right? And you're not going to step them off yet. You just kind of want to get them falling forward. So when you're here, they're sitting on top of you. All right? Try to get them to just fall, just that direction. All right? Boom. All right? And then have them come back up on top of you. Now, a person sitting on top, like you can stop them by like coming up and standing up on them and stuff like that. Don't do that. It's just a drill. All right? So other side here, boom, reach to that corner. All right? And then pop it up high, boom, and try to buck them off you. And then the other side, boom, nice. If you've got a partner, switch partners. All right? So they're going to be sitting on top of you. All right? And if you've got a partner that can sit on top of you, all right, kind of have them put their weight on you a little bit more. All right? It can be off you a little bit, but I don't want to have them be so high up on me that I don't hit them with my body when I buck them up here. If they were sitting up on top of me that much, I would do the shrimping thing. That's what that's for. All right? So from right here, one more time. One more time. But other person's turn. If you're by yourself, you're just going to do the same thing by yourself. We've talked about stuff that you can do by yourself. If you want to see how hard you're popping it, you take like a pad or a pillow and put it right down here on your belly. All right? When you pop, boom, throw that thing right off of you. All right? I know I just moved this 6-ounce pad. I'm a monster. All right, other side, ready, go. Bam, pushing off and reaching. The bag's right there, by the way. Make sure you move over here a little bit. All right, on the first side here, go. Popping and reaching. Boom, just like that. And the other side, ready, go. Pow, just like that. Nice. One more time on each side. Make sure your partner's sitting on top of you every time. Ready, and go. Pop and reach. And then other side. Oh, nice. Ready, go. Pop and reach. Good job, guys. All right. So, come on up for a second. So, what I want to do here, just really quick, we talked about last week, we took this pop and reach thing into the steps. So the idea was they were sitting on top of me, and I rolled them off, and they got me in the guard. All right? So what I want to do, just really quick, excuse me, I want to go over a couple of different guard escapes. Now, we've done some guard escape stuff if you've been with us in class before. All right? We've gone over 3 basic ways to get out of the guard. So we'll get to the easiest one today. All right, if you know what the other ones are, you can kind of experiment with those a little bit too. So the first thing here to get out of the guard, it really does help to have a training partner on this one. Training partners on this one, you're not going to enjoy this. Sorry, guys. So what you want to do on this first guard, so the guard, again, somebody's got you wrapped up, all right, with the legs around you. So if somebody was sitting on you in the mount, the idea would be that I would trap their hands, I'd pop them up and roll them off of me. And then what they would do is when I rolled them when I rolled them off me, they would wrap their legs around me and get me up in that guard like that. All right. So if you want to do this from the mount, because that's kind of what we were just doing, all right, have your partner sit on top of you in a mount position. All right. Depending on where they have their hands, they can have like they can be up like they're trying to punch you, or they could be like trying to choke you, or they can like grab you, or they can have their hands on the ground like we did before. First one, let's say they're grabbing our shirt with two hands. Like that's like a choke, but less immediate right now. So what I'm gonna do is, if you guys remember like block set where you hand with both hands, you block with both hands, hit their arms together, pin them down to your chest. All right. Remember that little thing when you take your foot and you step it around their foot, you got to trap their leg? That's awesome too. Then you do the pop and reach thing. Don't reach, don't let go with this hand. I'm just gonna pop, boom, and step right over onto my knees. Now when they roll you, all right, if you're this person down here, wrap your legs around them, get them in that guard, and wrap them up with your arms. All right. So what I want to do is when they got me in the guard and they wrapped up with the arms, I have to get the arms off my head first. All right. All this stuff making them let go with their legs is awesome, but if they're still hanging on with their arms around my neck, it doesn't matter. I'm still not going to be able to get out. So I'm going to be able to get out of the arms and then keep them from just wrapping me right back up. All right. So there's a few different ways to do this. It kind of depends on how their arms are wrapped up around us. All right. Generally, what I like to do is I'll find when they got their arms wrapped around my head like this, is there's a side here or here where I've got a little bit more room. All right. So if you got you wrapped up, all right, is there a side where I got more room? What if I tuck my chin in more like this? Can I get some room turning my head side to side? All right. Try to make this part of my head, all right, less of a handle and more of a slope that they can slide off of. And then I'm going to take a hand and get up underneath their elbow. All right. You might find like I'm trying to push their arm off my head, basically. All right. You might find that can get tricky. All right. They can really tighten that thing on there a little bit. All right. And you can feel like I can almost slip my hat up, but not quite. If I turn this way a little bit, I can kind of slip it loose. So you can encourage them in some ways. I'll take, if you guys have done twin kimono, all right, where you find that spot on right above the elbow and you kind of punch their arm up in the air. I'll take that spot, so it's right here above the elbow, all right, and I'll pinch it with my thumb. And then as I do that, I'll just push up underneath their arm, pinching that pressure point, and then just slip the arms off the head. So usually I find I can leverage their elbow. So I'll take my heel palm under their elbow and kind of push it off my head and push myself back. Slip my head out like that and get sitting back up. Now, this person on the guard that's down here got me wrapped up can reach up and grab me again right away if I'm not careful. So I want to sit back, sit my butt down low. The higher I am up here, the easier it is for them to pull me back over. So keep your butt down low. I'll see you can show you the back little secret here. All right. Don't cross your toes, and then sit your butt down between the heels of your feet. All right. So that way you're even lower to the ground. So stay low, but back straight. All right. Now take your hands when you're here, and I want to, as I sit up, so I slip the hands up, I sit up, I'm going to put my hands right here on their belly. All right. So if they try to sit up anyway, I'll just kind of just check it back down. Try to sit up. No. So do this. Once you're here, if you're the person down here, try to sit up and grab their head back up. And this person here, every time they do, just push them down. Push them down. All right. If they're going to struggle for it, they're going to try to sit up into your push. Just keep that here. All right. You can hold them back a lot longer than they can do this like sit up into your own push. All right. So you can hold them down like that. And as soon as you got that time, as soon as you got that space, what you're going to do is you're going to get their legs apart. All right. So I talked about the spot that's inside of the elbow. There is the same spot on the inside of their knees. So I'll turn this way so you guys can see. So right here above the knee, listen, right here above the knee, right inside the knee, there's a little nerve ending, a little nerve cluster. You want to call it a pressure point? Call it a pressure point. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make their knees apart. If I got to do it 3 times, bam, 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 and I'll just bash those things. Don't do it like that in class. All I'm going to do in class is I'm going to take my elbows and just dig it into the inside of their knees. All right. And as soon as I feel their ankles come uncrossed, so if they've got me in a guard like this, as soon as I feel their ankles come uncrossed, I'm out. All right. So I'm right here. They got me wrapped up in that guard. I'm digging it with my knees. All right. If you got to work with your partner a little bit to find those spots on their knees, do that a little bit. All right. But I work their knees. As soon as I feel their ankles come uncrossed, I'm going to take one leg and drive it down to the ground. It doesn't matter which side you want to go on. All right. Put one hand on top of the other one. I'm just going to drive it right down to the ground. If I want to go this way, I can go this way. Either way is fine. All right. And then this knee's on the ground. The other hand goes up on the other leg. Make sure they don't just wrap you back up again right away. And then I'm basically going to crawl. So I'm going to scoot back so you see my knees a little better. From right here, I'm going to crawl over and sit on top of them. Now I'm in the mount. All right. So if you have a partner, go ahead and switch. It's their turn now. All right. If you don't have a partner, just go and do it again one more time in the air on your own. All right. So the idea is, if you remember, they start and they're sitting on top of you in a mount. All right. For right now, we said they were grabbing our collar, they're grabbing our shirt with two hands. All right. They could also be choking us with my hands on the ground. All right. So last time we went over the shirt grab, let's say this time they've got their hands on the ground. We can go with the punch one next time too. So they got their hands on the ground right here. What I'm going to do is take, if I'm going to roll this way, I'm going to take both of my hands, wrap it around this arm, and suck this arm and pin it up against me the best I can. All right. Pin it up against it nice and tight. Trap the leg here, again, like we talked about last time. I'm going to pop and step the same direction. Pop, step, right to the knees. They're going to wrap me up in the guard. All right, so they're going to wrap their legs around me and wrap me up with their arms. All right, so once I'm here now, the escape is the same for the arms. I'm going to find out if I got, which side I got more space up for my head, tuck my head on that side, put the hands under their elbows, duck my head in and make this back of my head a slope, a slide. They just slip right off instead of a handle they can grab onto. Then your hands in their belly. This person down here that's got them in the guard, try to sit up and re-grab them a couple times. When you're here and they do that, push them back down. All right? So, and then from right here, let's turn this way, guys, give you guys a better perspective. All right, from right here, elbows go in the knees. All right, driving the knees apart. And as soon as you feel those ankles come uncrossed behind your back, drive it down on one side. Boom, I went the other side last time. So once I'm here, this hand pins the leg to the ground. This hand goes on the other leg so they don't just wrap me right back up. Basically, I pushing their knees apart here. Climb up over them here, step over them here with that other leg, and then usually, I know you kind of can't see me now, but usually I just have to make this 3 steps. Push, pin the knee, check it here, step over this knee, step up, and then bring this other leg up so I'm sitting in a mount completely on top. All right? So, there's that first guard escape. All right? It's the easiest one for people to get down at first, all right, because it's, especially when it comes to like bad guys in the street or something like that, you can really just bash it in there, just boom, boom, and just drive those knees apart with the elbows, all right? So in class, you do have to be a little bit more patient and kind of work on pushing into those pressure points, all right, but you can still get that result, all right? So what I want to do today, guys, is I do want to go over one more guard escape. Sometimes, some of you guys might have found that when you're trying to get the elbows into the knees here, it ain't working. All right? It could be for a couple reasons. One, you're not finding the right spot. All right? That happens sometimes. 2, some people are weird. All right? Some people don't have pressure points and nerve clusters the same place the rest of us do. Those people are annoying. All right? But they do exist. All right? 3, he doesn't care. I've grappled with guys before where I'm digging my elbows in their knees and they basically got me in the guard like this. And then just looking at me like this, like, is that working for you? Like, no, it's not. Am I missing the spot? He's like, no, you're getting the spot. So he just, the discomfort, the pain that you feel from digging into those pressure points, some people can just deal with it. All right? Those people are probably not the people that you want to be having fights with, but they do exist too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my back. Oh, there's the love right there. I'm going to go to my backup guard escape here. Guard escape number 2. All right? So everything's the same. We're going to start in the guard for right now. All right? Just getting right to this right away. So they got us in the guard. All right? First person is going to go on this one. So they got us in the guard. The stuff we're getting the head on is also the same. So they got us in the guard. They got the head wrapped up. Figure out which side you got the most room on. Tuck your chin in on that side. Duck your chin into your chest as much as you can. That makes your back of your head a whole lot harder to keep a hold of. So push up under their elbow, flip your head out. All right? From right here. This is the same with the hands on the belly, making sure they can't sit back up and wrap it back up. All right? Now, this is where it gets different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab their belt. All right? If they're in class, I'm grabbing their karate belt. All right? If we're not in class and they're not wearing a karate uniform, all right, I'm going to grab them by, like, if they got jeans on, I'm going to grab them by the waistband of their pants. All right? Just grab their waistband of their jeans right there. All right? If they've got, some other kinds of I'm going to grab a handful of something and lift their butt up off the ground. All right? Different fabrics, depending on what they're wearing, you might have to grab more of a handful. All right? Sometimes if they got like stretchy pants on, something just like pull and then just like it's just their clothing and they're still down here on the ground. So I want to make sure that I grab enough of whatever they're wearing that I can pick their butt up off the ground. All right? So what I do is as I grab it, I just sit my butt up. Boom. All right. And I only need to lift their butt up a little bit. I'll turn this way, give you guys a little bit of pressure. Lift their butt up a little bit. I'm going to take one knee and slide it right under the middle of their butt. It doesn't matter which knee. Boom. That one, sweet. This one, also sweet. All right? Super doesn't matter. But the idea is I want to use this knee as something that keeps their butt off the ground. All right? Prop this knee up underneath them, and now their butt's on my leg right here, and it's not on the ground. That gives me the leverage I need to get out of their legs here. So if you notice what I do is I stick my knee under their butt. I'm kind of sideways on them more. So I'm going to encourage that sidewaysness. All right? Still grabbing onto their waistband or their belt, whatever they got. I'm going to get sideways on them here. Now I'm as wide as I can be on them this way. Still got this knee under their butt. I'm just going to sit back down like this. If they, for some reason, have their legs crossed around you, all right, just take one hand, push their knee down. All right? They don't have the leverage anymore at this angle to keep you wrapped up. And then you can just do the same thing. Step over their leg and step over and sit on top of them. And there's your mount right there. All right? So switch now. Other person's turn. All right? So if you don't have a partner, you can just kind of hope you have a really good imagination. All right? But here's the idea. We'll start from the guard again. So they're just going to get you in that guard. Same idea. You're right here. All right? Wrapping up the head, wrapping the legs around behind you. All right, now, when you're working this at home, you can absolutely start this drill from the mount. It is way more fun because then you get to practice your mount escapes and your guard escapes. And usually, if you're doing this drill, you end up getting your partner in a mount at the end of it so that they can just take their turn. And then they end up getting you in a mount, and then you can take your turn. And then you can totally start this drill from the mount every time. Do the mount escape and then the guard escape. Change up the guard escape. One time do this one time lift up the butt and slide your knee underneath. All right, every time you get them in a mount, put your hands someplace different. All right. So let's do this one more time for the other person. On this, start from the guard. Let me move on to something else. We're guard escape number 3. So I got them here wrapped up. All right. What I'm going to do again, they got the head hugged up. Get the hands underneath their elbows. Tuck your chin in. Make the back of your head all nice and rampy. Got to need a haircut. Push the arm off the head. Sit back. Hands in the belly. All right. They try to sit up on you. You're like, no. No. Then grab as much of whatever you need to grab of what they're wearing. Yeah. All right. Then you can lift their butt up. So don't try to pick them up like this. You sit your butt up to pick them up. All right. And then take one knee and slide it. Oh, let me give you guys this perspective. Take one knee and slide it right underneath the middle of the butt. Don't hold their butt up in the air and think like, I totally got you. All right. Slide your knee underneath it and let them just sit on your leg right here. All right. Now, take your other leg, step it back away from them, sit back down in your butt, but sideways now on them. All right. And then just, I would say when you push the hand off or you use your hand to push their knee off of you, check this other knee too. This hand's going to push the leg off. What I don't want them to do is when I push their knee, I don't want them to just roll over on their side more. So I keep them here to make sure they don't roll, push their knee down, step over with this knee, and then on them, and then on them with the other knee, and that first knee again. There you go. All right. So you guys can keep that drill going. I mean, this is something you could do. Yeah, so you end up with them in a mount, and then they do the mount escape drill on you. Some things that we've done for variations on where to put your hands in the mount just to give your partner something to work on, or different things to work on. All right, we talked about grabbing their shirt with 2 hands like that. We talked about choking them with 2 hands like that. All right, the results, those are pretty much the same. The choke one is just a little bit more immediate. All right, what else? Oh, putting the hands on the ground next to your head. All right, we talked about that one too. Just take your arm, grab one of their arms, pin it up against you, and then roll in that direction. All right, they can always be sitting up on you like they're going to punch you. So let's just really quick go over that one. So if and when you guys are working this drill at home, you know what to do if they're going to punch you. So we've done this before, but it's kind of the same idea at the end, just dealing with that first initial stage. Because if they're really sitting up over us to punch us, all right, I got to move fast here. The shrimping drill might not work in time because as they're going to punch me, I'm like, push back on the leg. Now, if I push their knee out and they fall over or something like that, awesome. All right, but if they keep their balance and trying to push back, they're going to be raining punches on my head as I'm trying to do this whole shrimp drill thing here. All right, so on this one, what I'm going to do is they're sitting up over me. Sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit up real quick, hug them up, and then just pull them right back on me. All right, so if you've got a person you're working this with at home, all right, have them sit up on you like they're going to do punches. Sit up, hug them, push off, almost like I'm doing a little bridge right here. I'm going straight back this time and just bring them down over my head. I'm going to grab the back of the shoulders, wiggle myself up as I pull them down, and then it's the same. Keep the shoulder grab, pop, step, and then the rest is the same for the guard escape. All right? So just another variation on where their hands could be when they're doing this drill. All right. So yeah, work this drill at home, rep it. All right. Get a partner you can rep it with if you can. All right. If you can't, do it in the air. But again, this is one of the grappling drills that really, really helps have somebody that you can work these with. All right. Especially like it helps you find those pressure points on the elbows with the elbows and stuff like that. So yeah, good job on that one, guys. I did want to get to a couple more things today. Let's see, a few minutes left. All right. So I did want to get to at least one takedown. Whew. All right, we got time to do this. We've been working with the guard, so let's do guard takedowns. All right. So we've worked at these a little bit before. I know everybody here has for the most part. All right. But this is basically you pulling somebody into the guard. All right. Again, a lot of people like to work from the guard. If you've got a good guard, it can be a real good benefit to your grappling game. All right. So what we're going to do is, for right now, we can start with this from a fighting stance, from our guard stance. All right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot in, close this gap, and wrap them up. So a lot of times in class, what we'll do is we'll start this from a clinch. Now, beginners, all right, if you're in the beginning class, all right, so advanced purple belts and below, we could work this one from our knees, but if you guys are at home, you want to work this from your feet, go ahead. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to clench up your partner, and all you're going to do for right now, so you take one hand, put it behind their neck, other hand grabs the back of their arm. All right. So hooks over the top of their elbow if you want to do that way too. All I'm going to do is I'm going to make them look down. So I'm just bend my knee, anchor my elbows into my hip, into my belt, and then sit my butt down on my feet. And what I want to try to do is, I've got them in a clench, I want to try to make them bend over like this and look down at the ground. All right, once I got them doing that, I can pretty much take them down. So I'm bending, make them look down, sit back on my butt. I'm going to roll back and then wrap my legs around them. All right, and boom, there's that guard right there. Now, don't do the guard escapes from here quite yet. All right, we're just kind of working this as a takedown. All right, so if you're at home working this with a partner, some things to keep in mind. I'll give you guys a side view of them here. Give them a clench. Boom, anchor your elbows in, sit your butt down, drop your weight on them, and basically make them bend over like this. All right, sit down and rock back. Don't sit back. All right, so sit down here and then rock back with them. If you sit back with them, what will happen is, if I'm the person getting taken down and I get bent over and I get pulled forward, oh, guess where that knee goes? Yeah, it goes right about here. All right, so sit down, rock back. All right, sit down, rock back. Don't sit back. All right, if you do, you'll only do it once, because you'll realize right away why you shouldn't do that. All right, so let's try this one a couple more times here, guys. All right, just switching back and forth with your partner. You go once, they go once. Start from the clench. Wrap one hand, clench. Wrap one hand behind their neck, other hand over their elbow. Remember how that one goes. All right, doesn't super matter which leg's in the front right. Doesn't really matter which arm is clenching, which arm is behind the neck, and which hand's on the elbow. All right, boom, boom. All right, so anchor your elbows in. This is the important part. Squat down and make them bend over. Before you start to take them down, you got to get them bending over like this. If they're still standing upright when you sit down, you can hang off of them all day. It's pretty hilarious. So make them bend over, sit, roll back, wrap them up in the guard. Nice. All right, other person's turn. All right, from that clench right here, boom, clench them up, anchor that, break their posture, make them bend over. All right, and then just squat down with them, roll back, and wrap them up. All right, one more time each person here, guys. So get them in that clench, anchor. Make sure you can really feel like when they get me in a clench, if I'm getting taken down and I get them in a clench and they get me in a clench and they anchor me down, I should kind of look like this. And it's just down, boom, and then wrap them up in the guard. All right, hopefully you guys did that. If not, do it now. Other person takes one more turn. So I'm going to be the taker downer. So get your partner in a clench. All right, make them bend over. Oh, good job. Now, sit your butt straight down, roll back, and wrap them up in the guard. There you go. Is that nice? All right. Good job, guys. All right, so I think we're going to hold it right there. What we'll do next week's takedown, a little tiny bit, is we'll work on, the guard is great, but I want to have them in a different position. All right, the guard does have some drawbacks. You can kind of get stuck in the guard on the ground, all right, because they are still on top of you. All right, now you're in the best position. When you're in the guard, that's the best position you can be in if you're on your back and they're on top of you. All right, but I can still get kind of stuck in there sometimes. So we'll talk about what we can do, kind of add something into that takedown, so I don't end up in the guard anymore. All right. So, but we're going to wrap it up right there for today, guys. Good job, everybody. So again, homework for the month of May is up on the website. Don't forget that, guys. And then if you guys are belt testing this Saturday, I will see you Saturday for your belt test. And Zoom classes today, starting with the advanced green belts at 12:40. So stay tuned for more information about when we might be able to do classes here again. It'll probably be a thing like we do with Zoom. We'll do it by belt rank, all right, for like maybe a half hour, 35-minute class. But it'll be later on in the afternoons and evenings. So I'm not really sure when that's going to happen yet, so I haven't got too much word on that. But stay tuned, because hopefully we can start doing that again soon. So everybody, thank you very much for joining us for the B-Day today. We're going to wrap it up right there, and hopefully we'll see you guys for your Zoom class later on this week, and again on Monday for our next live stream. So feet together. Let's close this out for today, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Everybody go ahead and bow. Bend your knees, slide to your horse stance. Spiders out, thinkers on top. Feet together, stand up straight, and bow. All right, you guys did a great job. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to awkwardly walk over here, duck out of the frame, and still have the video going until I can hit end. See how awkward this is? Good job, guys. Bye.